Hello chat, I'm 8707 Canucks, and for today's agenda, I'll be elaborating the project I coded. Import SYS is used to import Python's built-in SYS, which is also called the systems module. It's used to give you access to system-specific functions, and in the script, it is used later on to completely stop the program early if the customer doesn't order anything. So you see this menu thing right here, right? So the menu is a dictionary where the keys are single letters like ELAMR, and the values are called tuples containing the item name and its price. The tax rate is a constant float representing 8%. The menu thing is used to store the shop's data in one clean place, so it's easy to update prices or names later. So as you see, there's a welcome to Python junction. So it works as it prints simple greeting strings into the console. The /n at the end of the second string creates an extra blank line. The output would be welcome to Python junction, we're thrilled to have you here today, what can we get for you, and blah blah blah. Although at first glance it might look quite confusing, but it's actually one of the simplest ways. So it works as, you see the first star and the second star? The second star works as a multiplication. So it multiplies the first star by 10 and repeats the asterisk 10 times to create a decorative border. The for, it's a loop. It uses dot items to loop through every key value pair in the menu. It uses tuple unpacking to separate the values into names and prices. So the braces name column less than 12 braces, that thing forces the item name to take up exactly 12 spaces, left aligned and ensuring the columns line up perfectly. And then this thing that formats the price as a float with exactly 2 decimal places. The output will look like this, like an actual menu. Every once we enter a store, our total is only gonna start at 0, obviously. And it works as it initializes a float variable to track the total cost and an empty string variable that will act as a running text log for the receipt. The while true thing, it's called an infinite loop, and that thing will continuously just keep asking for orders until you type out done. The dot lower, it converts the input to lowercase, and the dot strip removes any accidental spaces the user might type before or after their input. And in order for the while true thing to stop, since it's an infinite loop, we're gonna type out done. So this thing, if the user types done, the break statement instantly exits the while loop and moves the program down to the receipt calculations. The if choices in menu, it works as it checks the user's input if it matches any key in the menu dictionary. If it does, it retrieves the item's name and prices. The output would be if the user typed L, it would be, the latte, excellent choice. So this whole thing is programmed to respond when the user puts a mistake in the input. So the try block, it attempts to convert the user's quantity input into an integer, which is an int. If the user enters a valid number that is a 0 or a negative, it prints out a message and skips the rest of the loop, jumping straight back to asking for the next item. If the user types something like 2 but in letters instead of the number 2, an value error, happens. The except block catches it. It prints a friendly warning and continues to reset the loop. Now, this is like a calculation. It like calculates the cost for this specific item, which is AMT, an amount. It adds the amount to our overall running, which is a total subtotal, and appends a structured text line to our receipt item string. So it can be printed at the very end. The output would be like, got it, added 2 lattes for your order. The else thing is like, this thing handles the case where the user typed something that wasn't done and wasn't a valid menu key. For example, like they typed X or coffee, which aren't in the menu. This thing works as like it runs immediately after the user breaks out of the loop. If total subtotal is still 0, meaning they typed done without ordering anything, it prints out a goodbye message and uses sys.exit to terminate the entire script right there. The first line, print, and those like wavy thing, so it prints a wavy divider line. It then starts a new input validation loop that will not let the user proceed until they type exactly here or to go. So these are the financial calculations and the final receipt after ordering. So it works like a math calculation. It multiplies the subtotal by 0.08 to get the tax amount, and adds it to the subtotal to get the final total. This thing prints the top header of the receipt, followed by the entire accumulated receipt item string we built during the order loop. The dot strip removes any trailing new lines, then it draws a new dash line. The printing, it like uses left alignment padding, colon less than 25, to ensure all the final dollar figures line up cleanly on the right side of the receipt. And then the last final outro is the thank you thing. So it like prints a stylus footer to close out the receipt cleanly. The result will look like this.